Shimu. Okay. Didi-san, can I start now?
Excuse me, before you start, let me introduce and give some introduction about you.
Yes, please.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace be upon you. Good afternoon, the lecturer and also the student. We are delighted to welcome you in the international joint lecture between UNS and Tohoku University. Please welcome our Head of Study Program of Agribusiness, Dr. Sri Marwanti.
Buri, silakan.
Dr. Sri Marwanti, are you join us? We are delighted to welcome you in the international joint lecture. And then Head of Teaching Team of Microeconomics, Dr. Minar Ferihani.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you, Dr. Nina.
Hello.
And then the lecturer of microeconomics, Professor Darsono. Then head of team of microeconomics, Dr. Minar Ferihani. Pak Agustono.
Iya, Bu, siap. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum. And then Dr. Umi Barokah. Dr. Umi Barokah, are you join us? And Dr. Sri Marwanti? Oh, maybe later. And we honored this afternoon to welcome a very special guest lecturer who will share with us a microeconomic lecture with the topics Lab in the Field Experiment, Methods and Application. Our special guest lecturer today is Associate Professor Dr. Nina Takashino. She belongs to Graduate School of Agriculture, Division of Biological Resource Science, Department of Research and Environment Economics, in the Laboratory of International Development Studies. Dr. Nina Takashino, she holds a PhD from the Graduate School of International Cooperation Study, Kobe University, with the research interest development economics, rural development policy, socio-economic survey in rural area. And now we are so please welcome Dr. Nina Takashino. Takashino Sensei.
Can I start? Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. It's perfect information. Okay. So now I'd like to start my talk, but before starting talk, today we will share some results of the demo experiment. So it's better to know each other because this lecture you enjoy from Indonesia side and our students also enjoy, also join from Japanese side. So I'd like to give some short words from maybe Indonesian side first. Indonesian students?
Maybe, yes, it's okay. Indonesian student first. For introduction?
Yeah. Just briefing, self-introduction, please.
Oke, adik-adik silakan yang representatif mulai dari AGPA untuk memperkenalkan diri masing-masing ya. Dari AGPA dulu.
Okay, good afternoon, Mrs. Nina.
Hello.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for the time and the opportunity for me to speak in front of you all. It's such an honor for me. I can be here and meet you everyone from Tohoku University. Okay, to begin with, let me introduce myself. My name is Rizka Marilisivani. People used to call me Rizka, and you can call me Rizka too. I'm 17 years old and currently is a sophomore student at Agribusiness 11 Maret University. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Next from AGP from class B.
Seminar internasional.
Okay, thank you for this great opportunity, Professor Nina and all my friends in University of Tohoku, Japan. My name is Adisti Regita Ramadhani. You can call me Adisti. I'm from Agribusiness Program Studi, 11 Maret University. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, AGP C.
Okay. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Watashi wa Selviro desu. Am I right?
Great, great.
So, hi everyone. Good afternoon in Indonesia time. Let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Selviro. You can just call me Selviro. And I am the member of the microeconomic class C in University of 11 Maret. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And let's move to PKPA, please.
Okay, hello everyone. Good
Hi.
afternoon. My name is Mutiara Shima Islami and I'm an agriculture student. No, I mean agricultural extension and communication student.
Oh.
Thanks.
How different from agriculture extension and agribusiness? Same department?
It is some department. It is same faculty.
Oh,
It's agricultural.
yeah. Okay.
Thank you. And the last one from B, class B, agricultural extension, class B.
Okay. Good afternoon, Prof. Nina. Allow me to
Hello.
introduce myself. My name Luktiandini Wahininja from the Agricultural Extension and Communication of the class of 2019. I was born in Purwokerto and currently I'm 9 years old. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So you are second year? All of
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Second year. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all?
Yes, that's all.
Oh, that's all. Okay, thank you
Yes,
so
that's
much.
all.
So
Thank you.
now from Japanese side, who's first? Maybe the 3 students in one room. Can you show the video? 長野さんとこに3人いる？柏さんとこに3人いる？
長野さん。
はいはいはい、長野さんとこ。はい。3 students in one room. Okay, please, 4 students. Show your face. You can take mask a little bit.
じゃあ順番に。
順番に、いや、インターン。
パソコンの持ち主から。はい。My name is Midori Nawano. I'm studying about environment and agriculture. I love takoyaki. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm afraid they don't know takoyaki. It's okay. Okay, okay. They know takoyaki famous in Indonesia?
No, yes, we know.
Takoyaki? You know octopus ball.
Yes.
Octopus
Time
ball.
in the student festival, the student also provide takoyaki.
Ah, really?
Students stand provide takoyaki.
Okay, okay, great. Okay, next one.
Hello. Hey, I'm Ayano Uehara. I'm interested in economic and environment and なんだっけあれ何役改革urban development and my hobby is drawing character like game Splatoon とか or なんだろう。そういう something like Splatoon. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Splatoon わかるかな Thank you. Okay. Next. Huh? Slowly. Okay.
Hello, my name is Hina Kashiwaba. I'm studying about agriculture and I'm interested in biodiversity and environmental problem. My favorite food is curry rice. I love curry rice and I like rock music. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
One more student there? No? 3? 4? One more? はいはいはい。
Hello. Hello. I'm
Hello.
Haruka Katsumori in agribusiness. I like to traveling, but I've never been to Indonesia, so I want to go. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So all girls finished? No? まさきさんはいないかなまさきさんは個人でつないでるかな、
いないです、ここには。
今でもつないでるよね。ビデオがついてるはずだけど、私が今は見えないな。喋ってみて、音出したら出る。あ、出た。OK, OK. Please go ahead.
Hello, I'm Sayaka Masaki. I'm interested in environmental program and my hobby is watching Korean drama and traveling. Nice to meet you.
Okay, thank you. Korean drama. Okay, then boys. 渡辺くん。
あ、私まだやってない。
ごめん。女の子、もう一人いた。言ってください。
Hello everyone. I'm sorry, but I'm right now in outside because I have planned later soon. So sorry, I can't really show my face. Hello everyone. Nama saya Megumi. Saya boleh speak Indonesian sedikit only.
Tentu saja.
And saya suka Indomie, which is really famous instant noodle in Indonesia, I feel.
Oh, Indomie?
Yeah, Indomie.
Really, Indomie.
I really like Indomie. And I'm interested in international development studies. Nice to meet you all.
Thank
Outside.
you.
And me goreng she likes. Okay,
Mi
thank you.
goreng.
Yeah. So 女の子終わりかな男の子言っていいかな渡辺くんいるかな
Hello.
Hello.
Do you hear me? Thank you for this opportunity to taking class with you guys in Indonesia. And let me introduce myself. My name is Shohei Watanabe, and I'm in agriculture management course. Am I right? And I like singing.
Oh.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Sorry, we don't have time for sing, so next. 吉野くん行ってみるかな吉野くんいける
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Koji Yoshino. I'm studying about agriculture management and I think I'll actually run a company in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. あと誰がつないでるかなちょっと私の見えるとこ、僕いますよっていう子言ってください。佐藤くんがつなげてないかな時間ないっていう。
まだいます。はい、大丈夫です。
ではお願いします。はい。
Hello, I'm Seisho Sato. I'm third grade at Tohoku University. I love to reading books, listening to music, and drinking. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. あと、まだいる？ちょっと私がね、リストから日本語が拾えてないんだけど、私を忘れないでっていう人いたら、音をつけてください。大丈夫？みんな言った？
はい、僕ですか。
あ、僕どうぞ。はい、
聞
ごめん。聞こえました。どうぞ。
So, hello. My name is Yuichiro Hoshino. I am Tohoku University student and studying environmental economics. I like drinking coffee with reading books and playing games. And I like swimming very well. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. スイミング好きなんだ。知らなかった。That's all? That's all? No? 星野くんも言ったし、全員言ったかな？大丈夫？大丈夫かな？いるよって人もいないかな？ Maybe all? Okay? Okay? If okay, I will go on some chat. あ、ごめん、ここチャットに書いてたんだね。途中で抜ける方抜けて大丈夫です。日本人でね。Okay, so let me start my lecture now. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
I'd like to share my slides. So from now on, you can talk if you want. If you have any question, you can interrupt anytime because it will take maybe 45 minutes. So, あれ？あ、これでいいのかな？ Now, do you see my slides?
Yes.
No?
Yes, it's
Okay.
clear.
Clear? Okay.
Yes.
So let me start the lecture. Okay, from my side, I cannot see your face. So if any problem, please tell me. So this is joint lecture about lab in the field experiments, method and application. I had this is a part of microeconomics in the Universitas Gras Mare, Indonesian side. And our side, Tohoku University, this is a class, part of scientific English. So it's in English. So this is a good training for our students. Okay, so first of all, Lily-san is my friend since university days. Here is my site here. Yeah, so I will talk about some surveys conducted together with her today. And what we do today, we have already finished the first part, self-introduction from your side and our side. And I will introduce myself a little bit as an introduction to the lecture. And after that, my lecture will continue 50 minutes. And after that, if we have time, I'd like to have some discussion with you. So total 19 minutes, and I prepared 39 slides, okay? So let's go. So this is my target time, 45, good time. Okay, so myself, I graduated Kobe University, same as Lilis Sensei, Dr. Lilis. And I graduated undergraduate course of economics, not agriculture department. And after that, I continued to graduate school of international cooperation, same as Dr. Lilis. And after that, I worked at some research institute and do some research about official development aid. And after that, Hokkaido University School of Literature, Humanities. And after that, University of Tokyo, the school was Agricultural Science. And now Tohoku University, Agricultural Science. So my career is very related to the topic today. So I'd like to explain why I start from economics and then go to literature and agriculture. Because my study field is economics in rural area, farmers economics. And it is called in the economics field, development economics. And in the agriculture field, agriculture economics. So this is my study field, this overlap. And why I went to literature? Any question? No? School of Literature, because I use a method which is same as social psychology, which is used in social psychology also. That is experiment for human beings. So my methodology is economics using same method as social psychology. So I will show some example today. And I'd like to mention about Tohoku University a little bit. I guess most of you did not come to Japan yet, but if you have chance, I want to invite you to Sendai, our city. Sendai is a little bit far, but not so far, from Tokyo. If you use Shinkansen, bread train, it will take 1 hour or 2 hours from Tokyo, north from Tokyo. And population of Sendai is around 1 million. And our university is very old, traditional, kind of good university in Japan, founded in 1907 as the third imperial university of Japan. Imperial means almost same as national. So the first university in Japan is University of Tokyo. And second is Kyoto. And third is our Tohoku. So this photo is taken in 1911. Very old university, and this photo is Sendai City. So from here we are talking, and maybe our school, graduate school of agricultural science, is maybe similar to your school. And our course is resource and environmental economics. So we study agricultural economics. And in our school, we have, for example, marine science about the aquaculture, sea ecosystem, for example. And we also have plant science about plant and about animal also, animal science. And some professors do research about microbial biotechnology, anyway, biotechnology. So maybe same as your school. Yeah, we have many courses, and our course is economics. And in our course, resource and environmental economics, as some students mentioned, some of them do research about environmental economics, and some of them do technology application to the society. And our laboratory, my laboratory, is about international development studies. And another laboratory is about farm management science. So this is us. And my own research field is all over the world. My PhD dissertation was about Indonesia. So Indonesia is my home country, second home country. And I do some research in India, Bangladesh, Japan also, and Philippines. And I will show one example from Cambodia also today. And I just have one experience in Cameroon in Africa too. So now I try to anything. Ladies, I hear something.
Dek, mohon maaf semuanya di mute semua ya, Dek.
Any problem?
No problem.
No problem. Really? What?
Yes. Sorry for interruption.
It's okay.
Okay. Let's continue.
Continue. Yeah, from my side, I only see my slide, so I don't know what is happening, but it's okay. I will continue. Okay. Okay, then let me continue to the lecture body part. The title is Lab in the Field Experiment. And apa ya? Okay. So aim of lecture is to. I'm curious. What is happening?
Sorry for interruption again. Dek, mohon maaf semuanya, mohon di mute ya.
Semuanya mohon di mute ya.
Okay, let's continue.
So you said mute the voice? No?
Yes.
Yeah, I see. Okay, continue. So aim of lecture is to understand what is experiment, and why we have to do experiment, what is a benefit, and how we conduct experiment. So the outline is first I introduce the methodology itself, showing example of Dictator game and this game. And as an application, I will show the result of your answers of the demo experience and compare Indonesian side and Japanese side about Dictator game and this game. And after that, as far as I have time, I will share the information about experiment in rural farmers with rural farmers. Research example from Indonesia, we did trust game, and Cambodia, I did time preference questions. I will show what is that. So about methodology. So experiment is a method used in the behavioral economics. What is behavioral economics? Compared to the traditional microeconomics, conventional microeconomics assumes the economic agent, consumers or producers, act rationally to, they assume like this to simplify the analysis. But human being is not so rational sometimes. So in the behavioral economics, this area is research that emphasizes human emotions and psychological factor. And they attempt to incorporate this kind of emotion into conventional economics. And they use experimental method to obtain behavioral indicators, emotional indicators. So this is a method to measure indicators that are not observed, captured in traditional questionnaires about human beings' attitude and preference. For example, about the social norms or risk attitude, etc. And how to conduct the experiment? There are mainly two forms of experiment. One is laboratory experiments, and another is called lab in the field experiments. The difference is the location and the subject. Laboratory experiments is conducted in the experiment room laboratories, like this photo in university, and the participants is mainly students in university. And lab in the field experiments is we move this laboratory to the real world field. We conduct laboratory experiments in the field of real economy, such as rural areas, and the participants are rural farmers or any kind of economic actor, actual economic actor. So why we do such experiments in field? What is the benefit? The strength, good point of laboratory experiments is we can have strict environmental controls. We can control the conditions. But the weak point, bad point is we only interact with students, not real economic agent. So students usually do not have so much experience in the real world and poorly related to economic behavior. So this is why we do experiment in the field. Experiment with subjects that are highly related to actual economy. Then we can examine theory in the real world situation. So yeah, and by doing experiments, we can analyze the determinants of preference. Are they influenced by diverse culture and environment? The preference, how preference is determined. And we can analyze preference and real economic transaction relationships, the real world validity of preference. What is the impact on actual economic behavior? We can examine the impact of technology choices, how preference has related to technology choice or financial transaction, etc. Okay. So first I explain Dictator game. You have already experienced this one in demo experiment. But why we needed this? Because in the standard microeconomics, consumer behavior explained on the principle of utility maximization. And the utility his own or her own utility is considered by the economic agent. But if we use this assumption, we fail to take into account the influence of human nature to pursue people's interests. Someone, we care some others, not only ourselves, but we care others. We call this kind of nature altruism, care for others. So if we want to analyze considering altruism, we need some measurement, index of altruism. That's why we need some method. One possible way to measure altruism is to ask directly questionnaire, using questionnaire, traditional questionnaire. And we ask, how much do you care about the interest of others? How much do you care? But if we use this kind of questionnaire, we can say anything. We can say, I care anyone very much. I'm so altruistic person. I can say anytime, but it's not credible. So if we use behavioral economics, we can get more credible index. An index is obtained from the actions of participants by conducting an experiment in a situation where profit and loss actually occurs. The behavior in the experiment is reflected to their profit and loss. So we can get credible index. Like this, in the Dictator game, there are two players, Dictator, who choose how much to give. And second player do nothing, just receive the share. And the Dictator choose how much money to give to recipient from their initial endowments, in this case, 6,000 rupiah, for example. From 6,000 rupiah, if he is the rational economist, then he will not give anything. He will take all of 6,000 and give 0 to his partner recipient. If he is very, very altruistic person, he will give all and he will take 0. And his recipient will receive all. So we can think this transfer amount, in this case A, as altruism index, measurement of altruism. And by taking this kind of measurement, we can do analysis on determinants of altruism. Someone is very, very generous, someone is not so generous. What is the difference? This kind of analysis we can do. And getting this kind of index, we can analyze real world validity. So what is the impact of altruism on economic transaction? For example, loan transaction. So, and another game I asked you to join was risk game. So in the real world, the impact of uncertainty is very important, such as weather change or health risk. Particularly in the rural area, farming, agricultural production, farmers has so much risks. So knowing the risk preference is very important to think about the mitigation policy, mitigate risk policy. Okay, so if we if we can understand the risk attitude, then we can provide the best insurance for the farmers or this disaster resilient, risk resilience variety or technology. So this is important. So about risk, there is some key concept I want to introduce. The attitude toward risk is called risk preference. And maybe you have already learned in the microeconomics about these words: risk averse, risk loving, risk neutral, maybe. Just recap now. Risk averse is the attitude preferring to receive less variability, less variance, stable for rewards with uncertainty, less uncertainty, provided that expected value is the same. Risk loving is opposite. They like gambling, preferring greater variance, big difference. and greater variability in the amount received. And risk neutral is in the middle. No, they don't care about risk. An intermediate attitude, not caring about the presence or absence of risk as long as the expected value remains the same. For example, there are two lotteries. Lottery A is you can get 5500 rupiah or yen for sure, no loss. So this is actually not lottery. 5500 for sure, or lottery B is half chance of receiving 10,000, half chance loss, half chance only 1,000 yen. Which you prefer? If you prefer lottery A, you are risk averter. You like stable result. If you prefer lottery B, you are risk lover. If you don't care, for me, lottery A or lottery B is same, then you are risk neutral. So this is what is something like this. And as you have already joined, I ask you to answer some question about this. And when I designed the demo experiment, one important point is the price difference. So I want you to consider seriously. So I carefully choose the amount of endowment, money amount. Like this, I compare the price level of Indonesia and Japan. For example, for the lunch, I guess you use around 20,000 rupiah for this kind of lunch, maybe. So this is a good amount for you. And for Japanese student, 70,000 rupiah it will take. In Japanese yen, 500 yen, 500 yen. So considering this kind of price difference, I designed the endowment, the money given in the experiment, your demo experiment. For Indonesian students, Dictator game, share or not game, is 50,000 rupiah. And for Japanese case, 5,000 yen. Actually, 5,000 yen is very big, but I want to simplify same number. So I choose 50,000 yen and 5,000, 50,000 rupiah and 5,000 yen. And for this game, 60,000 rupiah and 6,000 yen, which is equal to 840,000. Okay, so if you pay 500 yen, you can get this kind of McDonald's set in the rupiah 41,000 rupiah, right? This kind of price difference I considered. This is lunch box in Japan, shokudo. Yeah, so anyway, using this amount, I asked you to join the demo experiments. So I want you to think about this kind of question. Do you think Indonesian students' altruism generosity is different from Japanese student or not? How do you think? And second, Indonesian students give more to in-group. In-group means Indonesian to Indonesian counterpart compared to from Indonesian to Japanese. I expected like this. I hypothesized because Japanese is outsider, but you will see the result. And third hypothesis is Indonesian students are risk lover than Japanese students. I don't know, but what do you think? This kind of hypothesis? I will show the result now. Okay. Let me share this result. For the Dictator game about altruism, give or not game. In the Indonesian student case, this is a result. Oh, sorry. Any question? Voice. Okay, I will continue. This is the result from Indonesian students. There are many Indonesian students, so the result is very beautifully bell curved. Bell curved is 正規分布, bell curve. most of them give to 20,000 rupiah to counterpart in Indonesia. And yeah, the national economic agent, only two who didn't want to give. And these students, 6 students, very generous, like this. So, but anyway, the distribution is like this. Welcome. For Japanese case, I'm sorry, but the sample size is too small, so it's not so clear, but the tendency is similar, right? Yeah, so the 0 or 5, nobody. And most of them gave 3,000 yen from 5,000 yen. Yeah, only 9 students. So the we cannot judge clearly the difference, but they're almost same. And how about the difference between inside group and outside group? From Indonesian student to Indonesian student, this case, the bottom is out group. This case, from Indonesian student to Japanese student. And right side, from Japanese student to Indonesian student. You see, there's no big change. I was surprised. So usually, so no big difference if the counterpart is Japanese or Indonesian. So this is a tendency of you. Okay, I think it's a little bit interesting. I will compare to the farmer's case later. You will see the difference. So this is a result from risk game. So you will see your position, your risk level or not. In the Indonesian case, from 60,000 rupiah, the question was how much you will bet. If the dice is 0, you will lose. If the dice is 6, you will get more than double. If you are risk lover, then you will bet more and more. So some of them is risk loving, and some of them is risk neutral. Maybe they are risk neutral, and these 24 students are risk abater. They want 60,000 for sure. But for the top university students, I thought really, but 3 of 9 students will bet all of them, and no risk avatar. Oh, really? So I wonder if they are gambler or they didn't think seriously. It's just hypothesis, just a simulation demo. So I'm not sure. But anyway, this is the result. So here, the result summary. Indonesian students' autism is same or not. Actually, the sample size is too small, so cannot be judged clearly. And second one, Indonesian students give more to in-group, not like that, not almost same. Maybe you are generous to outsider too, same. Or the insider group is too large. Maybe some of friends you don't know, so maybe same. That is my understanding. And Indonesian students are risk lover or not? No. Rather, Japanese are risk loving. I wonder if they understood the question clearly or not. So from this, I have some lessons from this demo experiments. We need at least 30 samples from Japanese side, and reward is important to think seriously. In this case, the demo. So this loss or benefit is no relation, just simulation. So they might not think seriously. Reward is important. And if they understand well or not, I couldn't check this time, but in the real field experiment, we usually check the understanding level. So this is very important. Okay, so now I like to continue to rural farmers application. Why we do experiment in the field? Because in rural areas of developing countries, many apparently irrational human behaviors, not rational human behaviors, are observed that cannot be explained by conventional economics. For example, customary giving or sharing norm. So some of them feel they have to share. And using the analytical method of behavioral economics, we can obtain an index of altruism. So yeah, this is already explained. And also here I will explain trust game also, because in the rural area, the role of social capital, such as trust or organizations or networks, plays very important role. So getting measurement of trust is also important. So I will introduce trust game also. As example, in Javanese village, different from my city area life, most villagers grow up in a same one hamlet, and neighbors often work together, very close tie. Japanese villagers value harmonization among neighbors and can deeply care about each other in a close community, typical Japanese villagers. And as you know, maybe you know, Ari-san, Shimpan-Pinjan, saving group, they have this kind of organization is very important. And also mosque, is also important, religious group. This kind of informal organization or self-help group might contribute to form trust or altruistic. So this kind of relationship can be analyzed if you use behavioral economics. And this is a case location in Javanan, Central Java, Yogyakarta, 1 year car drive and 4 hamlets. Yeah, this is an explanation we can skip. Maybe income level per capita at that time was $300. So most of them are poor villagers. Yeah, we did field experiments here like this. This is Dr. Lidis. And how old was she? She's 25 something maybe. And we use actual money. So they experience actual profit or loss. And use some questionnaire sheet. Like this. How much money you will give to your. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
So it's okay. So after this kind of experiment, this is a result of Dictator game, share or not game. So here, in-group, out-group difference is very clear. Transfer to partner inside RT. RT is the neighboring group, 10 or 20 household, neighboring household. The transfer to them is high compared to other hamlet member or unknown member outside hamlet. This one, the bottom is hamlet. I'm sorry, outside hamlet. So for the case of rural villagers, compared to university students like you, they clearly have same different level. I don't know, different level to inside group neighbors and outside unknown people. But still they have, on average, they have sharing norm. They feel they have to give some of them. It's interesting. So yeah, difference in altruism, more sharing to the neighbors. Like this. And this was same Dictator game, but now I want to explain trust game also. Trust is also important in rural area, and how to measure it. Traditional way is asking directly, how do you trust your neighbors? 5 level. I trust them very much, 5 to I do not trust them, 1, like that. But again, you can say anything for this question. So credibility is low. To get high credibility a proxy variable, then we need experiment of trust game. So now I explain trust game. Trust game, there are two players, truster and trustee. But additional to the first play, there are second play by trustee. First, truster have to choose how much to invest to truster. Invest money, how much money to give to trustee. For example, 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000, like that. Then the money is tripled by the experimenter, organizer. So if they give 1,000, then trustee will receive 3,000. It resembles the situation of the investment business. And after that, successful business, trustee will give some money from tripled money. So this is R. R is a return from trustee. So the amount sent by truster can be used trust index. And the amount sent by trustee is used as reciprocity index, how much repay, or in other words, trustworthiness index. So truster decides transfer based on expectation, how much trustee will return. So if he trusts trustee, then he will invest much money. If he does not trust him, then he will not invest. He will keep the money unchanged because he might take all for them. So this kind of trust game we conduct in rural area. Then here's the result. We conduct dictator game and trust game both. So dictator game distribution is similar to the students' case. Most of them give 2,000 or 3,000 or 3,000 rupiah from 5,000, from 6,000 at maximum. And trust game from 5,000, yeah, it's a middle amount is most case. And this is a trust. Anyway, the degree of trust and autism are very varied in each villages. Using this index, we can do empirical analysis. For example, like this. Empirical analysis means statistical analysis. Again, the level of trust transferred to the partner in trust game is varied between inside hamlet and outside. More to neighbors, more investment to the neighbors, close neighbors in RT. And this is a statistical analysis part. So transfer to inside RT partner is determined by their risk loving or not. Gambler invest more. And so this is coefficient. If this is positive, it means risk loving index and transfer is positively correlated. And also autism index and transfer in trust game also positively correlated. Then this tendency is shown in all cases inside RT, inside hamlet, and outside hamlet. But the linkage between autisticity and trust is strong for the case of neighbors. So this kind of relationship we can analyze. Side note, amount invested has relationship with attitude to risk and autism. Yeah, it is shown. And empirical analysis, not shown here, confirm trust autism related to social organization. If they join same group or not, has impact on the trust level. So this kind of analysis we can conduct. Yeah, good. My target is 3:30. Do you feel tired a little bit? I'm a little bit tired. Okay, next. Now I want to introduce another game about time preference. Okay. Time preference, maybe you learned in microeconomics, I guess. But explain again, time preference refers to the concept of how much people prefers a current reward compared to a future reward. now or future. How much you can be patient to wait the reward. And the word time discount rate. You have already learned in microeconomics, maybe. In Japanese, 時間割引率. How much do you prefer immediate current now rewards compared to future rewards? For example, if you think the $1,000 now available is same equal to $1,100 in a year later. So if they add $500 additional to $1,000, you can wait 1 year. If you think like that, your time discount rate is 10%, like this. So time discount rate is a concept of your how much you can wait. And using an index of time preference, we can analyze how time preference varies among individual determinants of time preference and how it affects economic behavior, actual economic transaction. Okay, so the concept is like this, and how to measure, how to get the index. One way to measure the index of time preference is to present a group of questions about rewards, immediate rewards, or rewards that will be available at a future point in time, and ask the participants to choose which you prefer. So the question is like this. For example, this experiment was conducted in Cambodia. So the unit is real Cambodian currency. And here is choice A and choice B. For the first question, if suppose you can get 20,000 real now, you can convert it in rupiah or yen to 20,000 rupiah now, or 21,000 150 days later, so 5 months later. 5 months later, if you wait 5 months, then they add 1,000 rupiah. Do you wait or not? I guess most of them you will not wait. Maybe you will choose choice A. No, I guess. My case, I don't wait. I want choice A now, like this. And then next, 70,000 now, or 90,000 4 months later. The amount is a little bit increased in future, and the time is a little bit shorter. So my case, I will wait maybe. So I will wait. In this case, my switch point is here, number 2. I will switch from choice A to choice B at number 2. But some of you still want current reward, 70. Next one, 17 and 500, or 21,000 after 3 months. Some of you might still I want to get now. For example, number 7, now 9,000 and 14 days, only 2 weeks. Then it will be doubled, more than doubled, 20,000. So maybe most of them you will switch somewhere around here to the choice B, right? So where you switch from option A to option B is show your time preference. Do you understand? If you can wait much, your time preference, time discount rate is low. If you switch, some of you do not switch until the end of 8. Still now question 8, you might prefer 7,500 to 2,100 in 1 week. In this case, you discount time so much. So you can use this time, this switch point as your index of time preference. Okay, and so again, in this case, we use actual money for the for game participants. They will get money exactly. So yeah, now how we applied this game in what kind of context? In this case, we use this index time preference index and also risk index, the same experiment as you did. We use these two index to analyze the relationship between risk, time preference, and health insurance purchase. I do not show the details about the relationship, but actually this attitude and time preference attitude has relationship with health insurance purchase. So we can do more sophisticated analysis if we can get the risk or time preference indexes. So now, using this example, I want to show some tips. When you do experiment in rural area, what you have to care about. How do we conduct experiment in the field? One important tips is experiment preparation. I guess some of you might join sort of survey and you might join this kind of preparation. If you join, you can have imagination, but yeah. Anyway, when we conduct survey in the field, we have a preparation session like this. He is my professor and Lily's son's professor too, Professor Fukui. Explanation about aim of the research and aim of experiment, because the experiment assistant has to understand the design of experiment very well. Otherwise, we cannot get good data. So we use the local language, in this case, Khmer language. Our professor explain English, and after that, the counterpart will explain in Khmer language to the university students. So, and at that preparation, we confirm the questionnaire and we ask them to do the demo experiment, mock survey training. And we have to care about how to roll the dice. Some farmers try to cheat to get a good result. So they have to check such cheat. We need to keep randomness of the dice. So, and distance of the place to ask question, because the result of other farmers might have impact on other farmers who will do from now. So we need to keep distance when we conduct experiment. And also another tip is counterpart. When we do collaboration, counterpart is very, very important. Particularly in the case of time preference experiment, we pay money actually like 6 months later or 3 months later. We ask, for example, village head, we give money like this. There is name of participants and 20,000 riel on the date of May 31, 2017. Please give this amount to this participant. So if we cannot trust, if we cannot, let's say, we don't have reliable counterpart, the experiment we cannot do. So if you do experiment in rural area, you need some good friend. Okay. And here is the other application examples. So almost end of my talk. So here is 3 examples of Dictator game and 3 examples of Risk game, already published papers. And for example, this one is conducted in Egypt. The impact of social relationships on altruism. So if the cross social relationship they have, then the degree of altruistic is high. So this is a similar study. which I showed in the Indonesian case. And another study conducted in Kenya was the impact of scholarship experience on altruistic behavior. If students get scholarship, then they will become altruistic or not. They confirmed using Dictator game. It's interesting. Actually, then they show altruistic behavior, scholarship recipient. And third one is about altruism and actual real life gifting behavior in Paraguay. So this kind of study is possible using Dictator game. And this game, this one is the impact of disaster risk or environmental risk on risk preference in Peru. Their study is conducted in the volcano places. And if the risk of volcano firing is high, then they are very risk averter. It's interesting, no? Yeah. And the next one is impact of violence on risk. The risk preference in Burundi. In Burundi, so they gathered some participants who has experienced sort of violence and how related to their risk preference. And actually there is linkage between risk preference and violence experience. And the third one is real life validity, risk preference, and risk mitigation technology adoption of the farmers in India. So risk averter prefer to use insurance or risk resilient crop. This kind of relationship is confirmed by them. So anyway, you can see many studies to test the determinants or real-world validity of preference using experiments. There are so many other studies, many possibilities. Okay, now this class finish until 4, ne? 20 minutes, okay. Yeah, okay, good speed, a little bit too quick. Okay, now, so from the farmers discussion, farmers examples, I wanted to show the example, and I wanted you to understand what is the experiment and why and how we use the experiment. And through this example, I hope you now understand what is a lab in the field experiment and usefulness of this methodology to measure indicators that are not observed in traditional questionnaires. Traditional questionnaires, we just directly ask, and we cannot rely on that answer. But in the field experiments, we use actual money, so their behavior is a little bit more credible. And so I hope now you can understand some game framework. And if you want, you can apply this game, experimental game, to various ways for your own research in the future. And if you do this kind of experimental game, you can understand some aspect of human behavior. So this is almost the end of my talk. But personally, I think the most valuable way to understand people is to visit directly the place and feel the difference. So in the last slide, I don't know, one before last, I want to recommend you to experience in other countries, anywhere, Japan or UK or anywhere. I want to recommend you to go out. So I want to share in the last the result of my question in the demo experiment. In the last question at the demo experiment was, do you want to come to Japan to Indonesian student? Or do you want to go to Indonesia for 1 month if you have a chance? And here is result. Do you think, what do you think? Indonesian students want to come to Japan, or Japanese students want to come to Japan? Do you have any imagination? Before doing this, I expected, I assumed, I imagined the result is not so big difference, but actually a little bit different. So here is the result. So Indonesian students' answer is like this. Wow, I was surprised a little bit. You see, from 154 answers, yes, blue color is 72%. Wow, not surprised? I'm so surprised. Really, what the surprise is, nobody said no. So maybe it's 27%, maybe. But most of them want to come to Japan, really. I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you so much. But I'm afraid, don't you have bad image about Japan now? Japan train is too crowded. Bad point. Yeah, Japan is a good country. You might be surprised if you come to actually Japan. You might find some negative aspect, but yeah, I'm happy for this answer. And another one here. Yeah, only 9 answers, so a little bit biased, but here is the answer like this. A little bit different. So I think yes is 33%, and maybe most of them say maybe, and no is 22%. So maybe from 9, so maybe 2, 3, 4, 2 plus 3 plus 4, yeah, 2, 3, 4 maybe. Okay. But maybe I guess those who said no do not like hot country, maybe summer. Indonesia too hot for some students, and 1 month is a bit too long. Maybe if 1 week they want to go, I guess. But even if you say no, I guess if you go to Indonesia, actually you might love Indonesia. You might enjoy more than you expect. So anyway, currently we cannot go there. We cannot come invite. But after COVID problem will be over, I want to, yeah, I'd like to try to make chance to invite some students to Japan. So now we still have 20 minutes, right? So now my lecture is almost over. So thank you for your attention. Now I want to open question from any of you. So this photo is last year Hafuni-chan, Hafuni and Beauty. Visited our university, and we did this scientific English class on site, face-to-face situation like this. And this is our campus. If we come to Japan, you will study with us at this campus. I hope it, some of you can come to Japan. Okay, so this is the end of my presentation. So I stop the slide. So now can I open question? I see Beauty's face. You want to say something?
Also have me join.
Yeah, have me join. So maybe can you give some words, or any question is okay?
Hi, Takashino sensei. I miss you so much.
Yeah. Long time no see. あれ、ハフニちゃんは？いた。
Hi, Takashino sensei. Long time no see.
Long time no see. So you are not second year, right? 4 year?
4 year is
4 year.
Our graduate. Graduate time.
Semester.
So, but you joined for me, right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. This class is for second year students, but you join. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay. Any other student question or any comment, or you can open your voice or you can use chat if you want. Anybody?
Hello.
Yep.
Thank you for the time. I want to ask you one question. In this hypothesis, you say the Indonesian student more risk lover than the Japanese student. And then the result of this experiment says the different. How about the bias in those experiments? And if we can score those experiments, how reliable and how credible the experiments is? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Actually, that hypothesis is not my own hypothesis, but so your question is credible or not? Actually, the experiment, you did not receive any money, so it's not credible, basically. But after looking at the bell curve, the distribution, I think the distribution is almost same as the real exchange case in the field experiment. So maybe most of you answered seriously, I guess. In that sense, the answer was credible. And for Japanese students, the number is too small. So if the number is more, I guess the result is similar. So yeah, credibility, even without money, it was credible, I guess. Am I answering you?
Okay.
Okay. Your question, okay?
Pardon me, I'm sorry.
No. Oh, you satisfied?
Really satisfied.
Okay. Any other question?
No, thank you for the explanation.
Yeah, thank you. Other students? Japanese also, you can ask. If Japanese want to ask about Indonesia, you can, if you want. Or Indonesian student, if you want to ask about university or Japanese lifestyle or manga or anything, if you want. Any comment, okay? We still have 10 minutes, maybe.
I think some students love anime, Japanese anime.
Anime? What kind of anime? 鬼滅の刃? 鬼滅の刃って英語でなんて言うんだろう? I know Doraemon is famous in Japan. Shin-chan famous. Shin-chan in Indonesia. What
Maybe
kind
Conan?
of...
Conan?
Conan ね。
Conan.
Conan ね。有名だよね。
Ada yang mau bertanya lagi, Dek? Yang lainnya, Dek?
Yang lainnya?
Ya, Bu Ernois.
Oke.
Silakan, Dek.
Okay, thank you for this opportunity, Professor Nina. My question is, are the student answers informed is impacted by cultural?
Sorry, repeat again, please.
Okay. Okay. Are the students' answers in the form is impacted by cultural?
About student demo experiment.
Yeah.
Is it has impact of culture or not?
Yeah.
Culture or not? Culture or not? The result, students answer the culture. Actually, Japanese students answer and Indonesian students is not so different. So cultureね. My personal experiments, based on my personal experiment, Japanese student and Indonesian student, particularly in your university, is not so big difference culture. If we go to rural side and compare to farmers, 50s, 60s, old age farmers, culture is different. But your university student culture and Japanese student culture is almost same, I feel. And the result is also like that. So I think there's not so big impact of culture. This is my answer. Okay?
Okay, thank you very much for the answers, Professor.
Yeah. Anybody?
Professor, can I ask?
Oh, どうぞ.
Yeah, okay. So I'm curious. You said that we might be surprised by negative aspect in Japan. Yeah. So what is the negative aspect in Japan?
Okay, for example.
Yeah, because I think we're Indonesian students think Japan is a great country. Yeah.
If you go to, for example, Tokyo, for example, in train, almost nobody talk. They are just very serious face, nothing fun, and no chat like Indonesian people. If Indonesia, for example, in the airport or in the bus, anybody can talk to anybody, right? I like this kind of situation. But in Japan, particularly in city area, very much modernized. So it might be negative aspect. I'm not sure. Or something else, Lidis? Did you find any negative aspect? Too clean?
Too clean.
Too clean?
Too clean.
You cannot throw away.
Yes, maybe too disciplined for Indonesian people.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I think Indonesian people like flexibility. I think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And also Indonesian people like talking talking each other everywhere, every time. Maybe quite different with Japanese people.
Yeah, I found one. Time preference. Time preference.
Time preference.
We cannot wait. Indonesian people can wait 30 minutes, 1 hour.
1 hour.
Appointment 9 a.m. 9:30 they come. So in Indonesia, I feel now I'm in Indonesian time. Slow, relax. But in Japan, you cannot 5 minutes late. No, not allowed. So might be negative aspect.
And also maybe Indonesian people like working slowly, not unlike Japanese people.
Yeah. Could be. And too much crowded. Maybe if go to Tokyo, Sendai not so much, but okay. Any if Didi-san, I can finish anytime. If you okay, I can finish a little bit earlier or
no.
How?
If no other question, no more question, you can finish your lecture.
Yeah.
I have a question.
If you
there is
want,
still
go
a
ahead.
question.
Yeah.
How can we as researchers measure the validity of both internal and external validity and experimental economic research at the micro level?
I'm sorry, again, please. The voices are a little bit.
How can we as researchers measure the validity of both internal and external validity in experimental economic researchers at the micro level?
External validity means the relationship between the preference index and actual economic transaction. So we use, for example, lending and borrowing. Some farmers borrow money from other farmers. And if we have the index of trust, we can compare if there is relationship between trust level and money amount, for example. Or about risk. So we have to collect data on actual transaction and experiment. Both data we use and compare if there is linkage or not. Do you understand?
I have a question. What are the challenges of conducting microeconomic experiment in Japan? Is the same or different from other experience such as macro experience, market, and division experience?
what is the challenge of conducting microeconomic experiment in Japan compared to macroeconomic experiment?
Yeah, and division experiment.
Division experiment.
Yes.
What is division experiment?
Market maybe.
Market
or macro experience.
I'm not sure if I understand the question well or not, but macro experiment means maybe experiment, social experiment, something. If you think micro experiment is experiment with farmers, for example, in Japan, inviting farmers to this kind of experiment is very difficult. They care about their own privacy very much, and they are not so cooperative compared to Javanese villagers. So this is one challenge, and we have to pay some reward actually. So it's a sort of a challenge. Yeah, and yeah, like that. Am I answering? No? I'm
Thank
sorry,
you,
maybe I don't.
Nina.
Is it okay? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay. So no more question?
Okay. I want to ask to you.
Yep. Elisa-san.
My name is Elisa, and I want to ask in every place have a different culture, and is the approach to identifying altruism is the same, especially in pandemic right now. How do you think about that? Yeah.
Situation. If situation is different, altruistic could be different or not. Can be, I think personally, because in this kind of pandemic situation, they think about many things, and some of their preference might be changed. So yeah, 変わるかな? What do you think? You became more altruistic after pandemic?
Hi.
Really? Oh, yeah, then it can be. And if you do experiment in this situation and after, or we can compare this situation result, and if we have data before, then we can compare. Yeah, that might be interesting. Thank you. Good question.
Arigatou gozaimasu, Sensei.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Terima kasih banyak. Oke. どうですかね? Lain-lainnya? Ada, oke. Sudah selesai?
Sudah. Ada lagi, Dek? Maybe enough?
Enough, yeah.
Enough.
So,
no more.
No more?
No more.
Can I finish?
Yes.
So, Didi-san, can you say some concluding remarks?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Nina Takashino, for the insightful lecture. Actually, this is quite new for our students to study about the experimental microeconomics, and maybe this method can be a good application for our students to do their undergraduate thesis. Maybe they will get an idea to do another methods for their undergraduate thesis. Thank you very much, and we hope strongly we can continue our academic collaboration between UNS and Tohoku University. And I'm so sorry for the Indonesian condition. That's why the Japanese student, some Japanese student, do not want to come to Indonesia. But I think you can try. You should try.
Yeah.
Actually, Indonesia more beautiful than you expected, and you more enjoy the everything in Indonesia. The culinary and also the local people is very friendly for you. Maybe you will get a new experience. Okay, that's enough for our international joint lecture. And thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And thank you very much for the Japanese student. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Arigatou
Domo arigatou gozaimashita.
Terima kasih
And also
banyak.
Indonesian student, UNS student, semoga semuanya bermanfaat ya, Dek. Kalau tidak paham nanti bisa belajar lagi dari materi yang diberikan. Could you please share your PowerPoint to us?
Yes, I will send the slide to you after this, okay?
Okay. So the student can study more detail by themselves.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
good
much.
afternoon. Thank you.
Bye.
Please stay safe and healthy.
Yeah, you too. So now student can go out.
You can
Out.
please. Terima kasih semuanya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Sumimasen.
Bye-bye. お疲れ様、日本人ね。どうもありがとう。はい、バイバイ。いいよ。You can go out. You can go out. Bye
Oh, Dek Elisa
bye.
bisa bahasa Jepang ya, Dek?
Sedikit-sedikit.
Oh, sedikit-sedikit.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Sayonara.
Sayonara. Sampai jumpa.
Sampai jumpa.
Sampai jumpa.